Phantasm. Is it a nightmare? Phantasm. Is it an illusion? Phantasm.
What the fuck is up? And welcome to another edition of the Phantasm Podcast. With me to my left is Dr. Vincent West. Hello. And I am Corey Borchrist. Or Corey Borger, whatever the fuck. Well, we had a hell of an episode tonight. Really looking forward to this. We got The Burning on tonight, a little propsy action. Always a good watch. And in the mood for a good slasher.
It is. It definitely is Friday.
It's Friday. We got, a good slasher on. It's a lot to talk about. Lots been going on.
This thing, I've never watched this. I bought this last December when we went and saw Goat Boy.
Very good show.
Yeah.
It was in Atlanta.
It was in Atlanta with Black Dahlia Murder. Yep. And we went but I bought this for $6, and I've never watched it. And I'm already blown away. This thing actually looks really good.
Yeah, that flashlight. I mean, it's like you got some. It looks like this was shot yesterday. It's good. Shout Factory always does a really good job with their shit, and MGM, they own all that kind of stuff, and MGM always does a really good job of preserving their stuff too, most of the time.
Yeah, I have a.
Of course, we're right smack. We're right in the fucking beginning of this, where the kids are gonna go and fuck with Cropsy, and then shit happens, and this is the birth of the monster right here.
The print of this, I have a channel called MGM HD. If you guys have that channel, if you don't, look into it. It's actually worth having as a pay channel. They do show commercials, like they have like an intermission, but it's uncut.
Of course, right.
But anyway, they showed this as an MGM title. They showed this, and this Blu-ray actually looks better than the copy that they show on MGM HD.
Wow. So it's not the same one, I guess.
No, and actually it's different. The other one, that one actually looked faded and everything else.
It's probably their DVD restoration, not their actual new Blu-ray restoration.
Yeah, I don't think this is that because
they do that on with a lot of stuff. Because I know it's not MGM, but it's Columbia. But with like Ghostbusters, if you watch it on TV, I mean they have the 4K restoration now. And
right.
The shit you're seeing on TV is still like basic DVD HD restoration. It's not even the regular, the initial Blu-ray release. So,
all right, Mister, let's see if we can, my bro here. Let's look up because I'm pretty sure, and let's find out for the people listening here because I'm pretty sure I saw this. And my phone's dead, or I would look it up right now. Arrow is actually putting out The Burning in Europe.
I believe they are,
which is annoying because they're putting it out in the UK like they did Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Right.
And Corey had went to a convention, which, folks, we got to talk about this tonight. Corey went to a really cool horror convention, but we have a fun story to talk about with this. I'm kind of springing this on you here,
all right.
But the special makeup effects in The Burning obviously were done by Tom Savini, so I actually was going to...
as Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, he's done lots of stuff, but I wanted to kind of have you talk with everybody about the experience of meeting Mr. Tom Savini.
Okay, a lot of people I'm sure have heard a lot about this already, of, close friends of mine, stuff like that. So... I went to what's called Mad Monster Party, which is in North Carolina. They do that obviously once a year around March and shit like that is when they do it. Cropsy is burning the fuck up.
He is on fire.
I mean, this is what
He's on fire.
This was me in my head after the Tom Savini incident. It was just like I was Cropsy burning in my bunk bed. I'm like, let me out.
You have to tell him about it.
Okay. So the first person this is the first day of the convention. It's Friday.
You had called me.
And I had called you right after.
You were telling me, you're like, I'm about to... You even... Am I wrong? You were telling me you were about to go meet him.
Right. And he was the first person I walked up to out of the entire convention.
Well, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt. You guys have to hear this too. Tell them the setup to this, because you had spent some money to have a special photo op with this man as well.
Right. Before, they always do really cool photo op opportunities, like they get dudes in costume and stuff.
I mean, I'm talking like a year and 6 months event. You paid a lot of money so you could meet Tom Savini in a different way, too.
I met Tom Savini before, and he was all right. He was a pretty cool guy. I had paid for a photo op to do with him on Saturday, which was where he was dressed as Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn.
And how much was that?
It was too much. It was, I don't even know. It was probably like $30 or $40. But totally cool. It's a cool opportunity.
Him dressed as Sex Machine.
Yeah, and he's got the fucking cock piece and everything.
But everybody remember, this is all a precursor, because I remember he'd paid for this quite some time in advance.
Right, and I had brought a weird film. I brought I brought Night Riders because
great
George Romero was there also, which was fucking great. He's the fucking king. So we, I walk over to Tom Savini, first person I walk up to in the whole convention, first day. George Romero's to my right. He's got a line to fucking Hades. So I walk up to Tom, and he had just downed like a whole fucking like glass of scotch or whiskey or some shit. And he had just got back to his table. I was waiting on him to come to his table, and he just sits down, and I'm like, hey Tom, I was really hoping you had some Morgan prints from Night Riders. I know it's a weird film, but I really enjoyed it. I was just like, hi, I'm Corey. I put my hand out, and he was just like, okay. And so I was like, well, here this goes. So I'm just gonna keep talking, and maybe he'll just come around. Even though in my head I was like, he doesn't deserve my money already, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to let that blow by, and so I didn't see a print that I wanted for him to sign, so I just had him sign my Night Riders. And while he was signing it, I was like, I know you guys, went through hell to make this film, and I just want to let you know I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty cool movie. If you've never seen Night Riders, it's an ambitious film George Romero did. It was right after Dawn of the Dead. They wanted him to do another zombie film, and he was trying to do something else. You get Ed Harris to come in on this film, and he does... There's Corky Burger on.
You're actually.
He
wasn't alive, but he was actually alive, and his new name, folks.
That's why
a new fun
That's
name.
why Tom Savini. I was like, "Hi, I'm Corky Burger." And he was like, "Fuck you." He's like, "I hated that fucking The Burning, fucking Jew shithead."
But do for everybody.
Okay, so Night Riders is a film where it just worked out the way it worked out. It's pretty cool. Where they're, it's like this traveling Renaissance fair. But instead of horses, they're on motorcycles, and that wasn't originally supposed to happen, but it was easier than actually getting horses for the budget they had.
Great movie, by the way.
All the shit, yeah, it's fucking cool. It's got Ed Harris and Tom Savini. Great in that movie, horrible as a person. So I was telling him how much I liked the film, and he was signing it, and he just like...
Here, do it. You have to do the...
He slams my Blu-ray spine, which is... If you have a book or a DVD or a Blu-ray, the spine is the most coveted part of your fucking piece, because that's the... most valuable part. It's what makes it fucking open. So if you ruin the goddamn spine of the film, then that's the worst thing ever. So he basically stacks it like a deck of cards, and he's just like, and like hands it to me after he signs it. Didn't say a fucking word to me. I was like, what? I didn't interrupt your drink. I watched you drink it, and you sat down, and then I said, hey, I waited. I didn't walk up to you.
I've never asked you this. Was there, not to interrupt, was there other folks in the line? Were you at the front of the line?
I was the only one standing there.
And he's just a horse's ass.
And he was a horse's ass. And there was some chick with him, and all he said to me was like, make sure you pay that fine lady right here. I was like, what, do you think I was just not going to pay her? I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I like approached him weird to him.
You should have taken your wallet and been like, I'll pay right now.
Yeah. I should have like licked every dollar. Just like, licked it with my hands. But, I didn't appreciate that. It pissed me off, but you know what I did right after that? I was like, oh, what I'm going to do now, Chief? I'm going to meet George Romero. Yeah, so you can...
Right, your boss.
Yeah, your boss. The guy that gave you a fucking job in the first place.
A lot of people, and this is something I learned from...
I'd rather meet Sean S. Cunningham than meet him.
Right. Well, something we didn't talk about...
I met Ari Lehman, who was the fucking boy Jason, and he was cool. He's famous for being... a fucking kid in jail. Of course, he's like, I'm the original Jason, you know. But at least he's cool. He's like, hey, man, I got a metal band called First Jason. Like, he's super nice. He's like, hey, man, can I get you anything? Can I, like, rub your back with essential oils? You know, he's really he doesn't say that.
Right.
He's really fucking welcoming and cool. And all he's famous for is being First Jason. He acknowledges that, and he actually enjoys meeting people that appreciate it. So when you go up to Tom Savini, who is not Rick Baker,
or Rob Bottin,
or any of those,
Screaming Mad George,
or any of those motherfuckers, it's like,
or
you know,
anybody can be a fag.
I was like, yeah, I get
Even though
it.
he trained.
I was like, yeah, I get it, but you got your boy, you know, George sitting right over here that's got a line out the fucking ass, and I came up to you first out of anybody here because I was like, hey, man, I'm doing a photo op with you tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. You know, I hope it's, you know, I can't wait to see you there in the regalia from Dusk Till Dawn, because I love that movie, and he's just doesn't give a fuck. It's like, you know, you can at least act like you give a shit. I don't care how fake you are, but act like you give a shit. If you just don't give a shit, then I don't understand why you do conventions. It's like, because you need the money because you don't do films because you're broke.
Side note, this is something I don't know if I've ever told you about. This goes along with your story.
Anyways, here's Cropsy's first kill. This chick looks like a fucking tranny.
Yeah, she kind of does.
Oof, she looks like that.
That's a paper bag.
Looks like that Jessica chick. Like, I need my smile.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, when... I forgot what I was fucking going to say.
She's like, hey, Cropsy.
Well, no, what I was... I had tried to friend, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that's ever done this. I tried to friend him on Facebook, and he basically lectured me.
He gave you the Savini butt?
He just lectured me like how dare you, I don't know you kind of thing, and
oh my God,
did you attend my school and all this other stuff. And I was like, well, as a kid I wanted to. Now I'd like to go take your makeup books and set them on fire. But I don't know. I don't really understand. I don't know. Maybe if somebody in Hollywood has made him jaded, or maybe his family's made him jaded, or I'm not really sure, because I don't think it's George Romero that's made him jaded. I think he's just jaded. It's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like you got there you go.
Yeah, I feel like he was just like day drunk, because this was like, you know, and then this bitch just got the scissors to the liver, just with their fucking nasty.
People again, we're not, you know, judging him as a talent or an innovator. What bothers me though is that he would.
Well, you just don't act like
you
that.
You don't treat a fan like that. You're at a convention. You know you're going to be meeting people. It's like, if you want the money, you could at least, you know, pretend not to be an asshole.
I mean, I originally thought, like, well, maybe it's because, you know, he thought I was going to sell Night Riders on eBay, but it's like, I introduced myself first. I waited for him to sit down. I didn't like obstruct him where he was about to sit and be like, "Hi, I'm Corey." You know, like, I waited for him to down his fucking liquor and to sit down. And I gave him a second. I was looking at his prints. I was gonna buy an autograph too, even though I just bought, you know, an autograph on my fucking Blu-ray. I had, you know, I waited, and then I was like, "Hi, I'm Corey." I put my hand out like a normal human being, and he just shut me down from the start. And there's I forgot the dude from fucking Seinfeld's in this.
Yeah, he is.
I forget, it's Jason Alexander?
Yeah. It is.
It's crazy.
But, you know, I wish you, the same weekend, you got to meet the Scream Queen from Friday the 13th. You maybe should have asked her if he was an asshole.
Oh, Adrian King was awesome. Yeah.
You know, maybe that would have been a funny thing. It's like he was an asshole.
See, when I saw Tom afterward, I went to the first Q&A they had at the convention. Was a Friday the 13th Q&A. It was Harry Manfredini, who was the composer of all the films, the music, and Tom Savini and Adrian King, and it was really fucking awesome. And, you know, Tom Savini, I laughed at some of the stuff he said there. I didn't totally hate him, but I was still just like, you know, I leaned over to my girlfriend. I was like, that's the guy that was a total asshole to me.
Okay, I just realized, and I'm going to go completely rogue on this here. There's an actor in this film. I'm going to have to look this up, but I swear to you, he's from one of my favorite 80s comedies called Hiding Out with John Cryer, and I swear this guy was like John Cryer's buddy that gets fucking hacked up at the beginning of that film. Anyway, just side note there. Not sure about that. I'm just going off my shattered memory of mirrors in my head. But I think that one of the guys in this, and I'll bring it up again when he gets killed, I'm pretty sure he was in a movie called Hiding Out. Anyway, before John Cryer was a sitcom guy.
Right. Well, I will say that was the only bad thing that happened at that convention, and that was the very first thing that happened, and I got it out of the way, and it was done. Everybody else was super fucking cool.
It ruins things, though. You know, I mean, when I've went to conventions,
you know
people
what?
have been mean to me.
It's not a loss, though. I mean, Ace Frehley was pretty bad.
There you go.
Yeah, basically, long story short, Kiss is my favorite band, and I met Ace Frehley at one of these conventions. It was in Atlanta, and
tell them about the curtain.
Yeah, the agent walks up. He's behind this curtain like he's the fucking Pope. And the guy's like, all right, what you getting signed, man? Like, he's talking to me like I have a fucking one of those pinwheel hats on with the propellers.
Hey, little buddy.
Yeah,
hey, little buddy. What are you going to get signed?
It's like Make-A-Wish Foundation with Ace Frehley. You know, it's like I'm not meeting John Cena back there, am I? I feel like I'm about to die.
Hey, buddy, we take Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and if it's got that special chip in it, you just shove it right up my butthole.
We also take PayPal. I got a Square reader on my iPhone. So he walks up to me and he's like, okay, man, you're getting a signature? All right, cool, awesome. Let's get ready to go to summer camp or get killed by Cropsy. That's what it was just like. He's like, oh, you got... And he's like, hey, Ace, we got one photo coming. He's just getting a autograph photo, okay? And he's just like, you know. And then he's like, all right, come on back. You're meeting Ace Frehley. Remember what you're doing. It'll last a lifetime. I'm going off the hinges
Take your
with
spin wheel hat
I feel like that's what he was doing.
Right.
He's like, nice jorts, by the way. And then I walk in there, and there's Ace Frehley, and I'm just like, hey, man, I'm Corey. How are you? I'm a huge fan. You know, I'm a Jew from New York, too, so it's pretty awesome. And, you know, I try to make him laugh. And he was like, huh? And then I do that again. I was like, hi, I'm Corey. It's nice to meet you. You know, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, okay, here you go. And just hands me my autograph. And
what you don't see on the side is that guy over there going, Ace, it went through. We got his money.
Yeah. And then he's like, all right, have a great one. Wasn't that awesome, man? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I felt like, you know, my pediatrician just, like, shoved a finger up my butt. That's what I felt like. He patted me on the back. He's like, wasn't that great?
I mean, it's...
So that was worse than the Savini. Savini didn't really bother me because, you know, it's like...
Tom Savini's
Savini's cool, but it's like no loss there. It's like I met George. George was fucking awesome. That would have crushed me if George was like, okay, here you go. Or just like slam my Knight Riders. Like, what is it with the slamming of the Knight Riders? Like, do you guys just really...
Well, I'll tell you just how much it bothered me when you told me
like
that.
When
If
I ever sold it on eBay, I would put a description, was slammed menacingly by Tom Savini.
I was so mad, I actually sold a couple of movies he did makeup in because I was so pissed off. I sold my Maniac.
Just because I told you that?
Yeah, I sold my Maniac
See what a good friend Vincent
and my
is?
Prowler.
See what
I
a
sold
good
both of them.
He even sold Prowler. That's what a good friend he is. Thank you, man.
You're welcome, man.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it hurt my feelings, and I
still got the burning, but the burning's worth it because Jason Alexander's a
well, I mean, this was this was a Scream Factory thing. Those other things are Blue Underground things, it's
right.
Whatever. But and honestly, you know, the Prowler's kind of a snooze fest. The kills in it are okay. And Maniac is pretty awesome, but I'm not really worried about it. I needed the money, and you know. But honestly, it wasn't even that. It was, you know, if he's going to act like that, and just to tell you guys this too, if and I don't care, you know, if it's going to be a band member or you know, an actor. If people are rude to me and they don't have a few minutes to at least be halfway human to me, then I'm selling your shit.
Oh, in this scene, bitch is about to take a shower, so you know something's about to go down.
I haven't seen this in so long.
Anybody who knows the rules of a slasher film is if a chick gets naked and she starts taking a shower, then you're done.
Yep, you're a corpse.
If some asshole kicks your soccer ball into the woods and you go grab it by yourself,
you're headed to the grave.
Toast. That already happened, but it wasn't they're getting scissored to death, which is awesome. But she's just out there washing her pussy, you know, she's having a grand old time, and then Cropsy's like,
well, you know, I always, as a kid, and you know, this is an interesting thing. When I was a kid, I was always the kills that happen in, you know, any film, but daylight kills to me were always more
interesting.
You know, like, you know, what the fuck
are
is
not
going
good
on
boobs,
with this?
by the
Right.
way.
It's like
those boobs alone just, I mean, she needs to die because of those.
Yeah, she does have.
They're like banana boobs with the weird nipples.
Right.
They're like volcanoes. She got volcanoes. And Cropsy's like, I don't like those. And just goes, you know. Yeah, daytime kills are cool because, you know, They're always nighttime. They're always nighttime, and it's raining and thundering.
Well, what do you think of this? If I'm not mistaken, this film was actually shot in New York.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
We'd have to.
Which makes it even more awesome.
But it's weird to me. It's like, okay, because I as a kid, I grew up in Atlanta. I'm from Canada, but I grew up in Atlanta. It's interesting to me, the whole slasher thing. I would always imagine it's somewhere down south.
Yeah.
I guess it's just natural for me to do that. So this movie always threw me because I'm just like, wait a minute, you can tell this is not down south.
Yeah, because when I started watching Friday, the Friday movies at an earlier age, like I had instantly heard, they're like, yeah, this is like...
Not Ice Cube Friday.
Yeah, no, like Friday the 13th. No, the Ice Cube Fridays, those are totally in the South. Or no, they're in
South Central.
They're in South
Central.
Yeah, right. That's the rest.
It is.
The good South, depending on where you come from.
Right.
But the early Friday 13th...
I've seen that chick that's right there, too. Not her, the one in the pink top.
Right.
She's in
something. Shit.
It's driving me crazy. We'll do the internet. We're going to have to internet.
We'll figure
We didn't polish up for this, kids.
Again, I have not seen this that they're pulling too is from a lot of shit too. I can't remember.
Wait a minute.
I mean, there's a lot of...
Okay, hold on. I think...
Yeah, him right
that's
there.
the kid from fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Straight up. You bought $40 worth of fucking film. You don't even have a camera. He's not Damone. He's, I can't remember his name. He's the one that wants to... Damone porks his chick.
Right.
And I forgot he's in this. This is a selling point for me.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good celebrities in this shit.
That chick is, I'm telling you, I don't know what, but I've seen her.
I noticed her
stuff.
too. And it's typical hike jeans.
They're gonna go
butt.
fuck.
She's got 80s butt.
Actually, I think he's already fucked.
Yeah,
he's putting his clothes on.
He is.
But but you can tell looking at this was not shot in this. And I guess I always noticed this as a kid when I would rent this. I'm like, wait a minute, where the fuck was this?
When I watched those Friday films, I knew it was in like Connecticut or whatever.
Well, your favorite
earlier ones,
Part 6, that's
earlier
Georgia.
Ones. Yeah, but the earlier
I've
ones,
actually been there.
The earlier ones were in like Connecticut or Pennsylvania or somewhere like that. It was up north,
I went to...
Because I would always want to go there. Be like, Mom, can we go to Connecticut? She's like, why do you want to go to Connecticut? I was like, because Friday the 13th was there and Crystal Lake's there. And she was like, maybe one day we'll go. And then we didn't. But she was at least, cool about me wanting to go. And she would have taken me. But, some place, on my list to visit. I know God, he's from other shit, too. I can't think of it. That's really annoying.
Fast Times is where I know him.
That must be the main thing that I'm thinking of.
Because he wants to fuck Jennifer Jason Leigh, but Damone fucks her instead. Then he tries to fight him in the locker room and all that stuff. That was on earlier today, which is just weird on one of
Fast Times, really?
Yeah, and it's another channel I want to plug here is highdef.net. It's HDNet Movies. It's another pay high def channel. It's fucking awesome. I mean, not everything they show. I'm not saying they really show the stuff we're into, like slashers and stuff, but they show some good shit on there, and it is commercial free.
Show some cooch.
No, it's nothing like that. But they show I
thought that's what you said.
No, they show just uncut stuff that's, there's no commercials unlike the MGM HD. MGM HD stuff looks good, but there's if they showed this, but there's fucking commercials, which drives me insane.
Right.
It's like you can use this portable douche, and and it's all these fucking bullshit ads for 30 minutes, and the movie comes back. Because I'll record something, I'm like, God damn, the burning's not 3 hours long, But they put all these ads in there in between it.
Right.
And we're in the summer camp. They're
there's
smoking
chicks
cigarettes.
14 smoking cigarettes. That's cool. I feel like the actress is actually 14.
This is a paper bag camp, kids, too, because women here are not attractive.
That's why they all die in the film. Good night. Yeah, that's another thing too.
Are they passing a Marlboro or a joint?
You notice with the more low budget films, they can't afford the good looking actresses. The actresses.
Well, my thing about this movie too. Just look at this scene right here.
Holly
Hunter
is that one with the pink.
It is.
That's Holly Hunter. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Jesus.
I'm trying to figure out who the other dude is.
That's crazy. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Let's see. Brian Backer. That's who that other guy is. I keep thinking of.
That's the guy from Fast Times.
Yeah. I'm trying to see.
Pull up that one dude and see if he was in in Hiding Out. Not him, but that.
Right.
I'll have to show it to you in a minute.
He's from Brooklyn, New York.
You made The Burning. There you go. Anyway,
Yeah,
I can't
there
do
you
that
go.
like you do.
Trying to see what else he's in. None of this shit. I guess it was Fast Times I've seen him in.
It is. It's that I don't know him and jack shit other than that.
I mean,
now that one guy again. This guy's. Hold on a minute.
Which one?
Wait a minute.
I mean, they're showing
I
all
can't see
pictures.
her.
They're showing all pictures when they're like, now when they're like 80.
That's fine.
When they're like 80. So it's like, try to find out who I am. I'm just going to go to IMDb.
That'll be, yeah.
Your home for when you can't find out who the fuck the person is in that low-budget ass horror film. Because it's only horror films. It's like, well, this guy started out dying in a movie, so what is he doing now? Top billed cast guy.
I got forced to jump off one of those diving platforms. I fucking hated it. At the Baptist camp I ran away from.
Yeah. It says on here that Harvey Weinstein wrote this film.
That's awesome.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
It's fucking strange.
Things we didn't know. I mean, honestly, the first time I saw this, I was a little kid. I rented it on fucking Betamax. Betamax, for those of you who don't know what that is, that was the competitor against VHS back in the 80s. So I watched this bitch on Betamax. And then, the next time I watched it was probably when this thing came out on fucking DVD.
What was the other guy you were looking for?
I don't know his name. Anyway,
Which character?
I don't know his name. I'm going to have to just look at the...
See, these films, oddly enough, make me want to go to summer camp.
God damn it.
Just because.
This guy. See if this guy was in Hiding Out. See if I'm right, kids.
Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. That's a good movie.
But was he in Hiding Out? If he was briefly in it. He gets murdered in it. But does Scott know his 80s actors?
It's been in a lot more movies than the last fucker. When did it come out?
87.
Yep, Hiding Out. He was right.
Boom! Gets murdered at the beginning.
Boom!
Because Scott lived in front of his television
He was
set.
also in Deadly Force as the rat game owner. Last Man Standing is a good
This movie, I guess, gets kind of a bad rap, I guess, from me, because you can tell it's up north, and it just looks cold to me. Like they're getting out of the water right now, the kid from Fast Times, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, it just looks cold to me.
Even though it's just gotten hot here, but
I mean, it looks too cold to be swimming. This one guy's like walking around with he's got a total wedgie. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Don't you ever watch stuff in the winter that's like a summer movie, and then you're like, why the fuck are they in the water right now?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah.
Like this, I think is supposed to look summery to me, but it looks cold. It always has looked cold to me. It looks like they shot it in fucking Canada.
Right.
Or like Buffalo. For God's sakes, I don't even know if it gets warm in Buffalo. That guy looks familiar to me too, but I don't know how.
I know we've all seen him in other shit. It's weird how people get their stardom and they become, 10 times the...
Well, we just saw Holly Hunter in that Batman Superman movie.
Right. Yeah, it's true, we did.
Which were the only two people in America that liked it. Thank you.
I don't know, that's for another podcast.
No, I'm not even going into that. I was just saying, thought I'd throw that out there.
Right.
Since Holly Hunter's in it.
That's true. And if you didn't like Batman vs. Superman and Holly Hunter's performance in that, you can watch a performance in The Burning.
Exactly.
Enjoy this.
Which this is more our speed.
It's audio commentary, and they just shot him in the butt with a BB gun.
It's because he's got a fucking wedgie. They're shooting his wedgie. Look, he's totally got a fucking...
package is just, drilling around.
Is it his package or his bush?
Either or, I don't know. At the 80s, you never fucking know.
You don't know.
And it could just be a giant bush for all you know.
Oh. You bet.
You didn't...
I just got hairy buttholes and balls right in her face.
I saw Jason Alexander's butt and balls, and I saw... kids just mooned the movie, but since it's in, it's on smart TV, fucking 4K HD or whatever this is, you just saw the kid's, brown of his butt crack,
It was not attractive.
Basically saw his HD hole.
It was bad.
That's not how I want my horror movies to start.
We should look that one guy up. I swear he's been in a lot of stuff too that I've seen in the 80s.
Which one?
Hold on, I'll have to show him to you when he comes back up here. Either way, the guys are like hanging out in their camp. I don't know this movie that well, so I've not seen it in years. It does look good. Special features look like there's some pretty cool shit.
Yeah.
There's a great special feature on this too, where if you put it on Tom Savini, he just flips you off and tells you go fuck yourself.
He has a copy of this, like the Shout Factory Blu-ray, and like the people hand it to him. They're like, yeah, tell him about our new product, and then he just like slams it on the ground a few times and hands it to the cameraman.
But his flask that he drinks out of is sold separately. That guy, that one right there, him.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I know where. Okay,
he looks let's
check Scott's. Okay, we're gonna check Scott's. That's not his name. I can't remember this dude's name. That was his name.
That's the guy. Okay, he played Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Really?
Yes, that's him.
Okay. Well,
he's the guy that looks like Billy Zane, but he's not Billy Zane.
We're gonna check the doctor's 80s knowledge. I'm wrong about his name. His name is definitely not Scott, but he was in an episode of Miami Vice. And hold on, get this. Let's see if I can do this. I bet I can tell you the name of the episode.
I know that guy.
The name of the episode is called Little Miss Dangerous.
I know the guy that plays Shao Kahn was in Miami Vice before too, so that's got to be the same guy.
Not the movie.
Me and you were both. I know.
TV.
Yeah, me and you were both in on this one.
Okay. But see if I'm right. Miami Vice episode, Little Miss Dangerous.
We got it. I mean, it'll probably just show Miami Vice one episode, but I'm telling you, that's Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. He started out in the burning, folks.
That's awesome.
Then he became an amazing actor. Not really, but
I guess Jason Alexander and Holly Hunter are probably the biggest actors out of this.
Oh, for sure. The ones that still have careers.
Right.
That haven't, only have.
Well, Jason Alexander, I just see him at Rose. I don't really know about.
Well, yeah, because, Seinfeld's over, but they all have money. They don't have to go anywhere.
Another thing, if you don't mind, I'd like to say real quick while you're looking that up. I'm so glad they've never remade The Burning.
I don't know. I just feel like they kind of, the asshole that made Hatchet copied it. Like, completely copied that movie.
I am not a fan. I want to go on record here. This is Dr. Vincent West. I am not a fan of the Hatchet films. I'm just not. To me, as an older horror fan that grew up in the 80s, it's insulting to me to have someone try to sell me that as classic horror. Just my opinion. Nothing against anybody that acted in it or performed in it or anything like that. I just, to me, I just don't get it. And my other half, she thinks it's the greatest thing in the fucking world because Kane Hodder's in it. But and it's nothing against Kane. But I just cannot get into those films. I've watched all three. Fucking, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tony Todd was in one of those, and I still couldn't get into it. And I love Tony Todd.
He was Cat in Miami Vice, one episode.
Does it say what episode?
I mean, if I clicked on it, it would show me.
Well, let's click on it.
Maybe it will. I don't know.
Let's see if it's Little Miss Dangerous.
Episode guide. It's not saying. It's just a bunch of shit. I mean, if you can pull something like that directly out, I know that's right. So, it does say Cat from one episode of Miami Vice, so that's
so weird. I had no idea he was in this. This makes me want to watch this again another time because I'm just like, I had no idea. I've got the guy from Hotting Out. I got a dude from Miami Vice in this motherfucker, and the dork kid from Fast Times, which is fucking cool. Because this is he would have shot this right before he did that because this movie's 1981. And Fast Times is 1982. What's even weirder is that...
I guess he's not Shao Kahn. He looks like Shao Kahn. I'm going to find out who that guy is. But he's not the guy that plays Shao Kahn.
But I was right about the Miami Vice.
But you were right about the Miami
Vice.
It's 2 for 2. Because I don't even know who fucking plays that guy. I just know what his face is. Brian Thompson, Shao Kahn. Guy that's in Terminator and Cobra.
Weird. Oh, God, I love that guy.
Yeah, that's who that is. Maybe he's in a horror movie.
He was in a movie called Alien Nation, too, that I really liked growing up as a kid. James Caan.
He's in an episode of Knight Rider. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Seeing if he's done it. He's in Fright Night Part 2. So
we need some killing. There's no killing going on. It's just kids eating food.
Same year he was in Alien.
Camp.
Same year he was in Alien Nation. He was in Fright Night Part 2.
I was right. He was in that.
The legit sequel. He was in Star Trek. It's always good. The best way to. I think he was a Superboy. That's cool. He was Golem.
The best way to my heart is through Star Trek shows.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to get Vince's dick hard, he was in Next Generation. He was a Klingon Helm. He did a few shit. Wow. He's in all of it. He did Deep Space Nine.
Fuck yeah, he did.
I mean, honestly, I think with Star Trek stuff, he was in Baywatch too.
So that's all I love Baywatch.
Me too. Once you do Star Trek stuff, I feel like those people are just like a part of a club now, and you're just gonna do everything, and that's great. You know, they always a lot of those actors are in. If you look them up and if they're in Star Trek, they're in all the Star Trek. So
and there's a ton of crossover where those actors are in horror movies as well.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Combs,
Tony Todd,
fucking love him. Tony Todd, fucking awesome. What is he?
He's Worf's brother.
Worf's brother. Yeah, that's crazy.
Commander Kearns.
That's fucking awesome. And he's the whole reason I watch Star Trek, because I fucking love Worf. He's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
He's a Klingon badass. He's the only reason I ever tried to watch it when I was younger, was because I was like, that guy looks fucking awesome. And then it's like, oh, he's a Klingon. I thought Klingons were bad. And it's like, well, he's cool though. It's like, okay, I like it. That's also for another podcast. We
it
just
is,
get into straight 80s stuff.
Yeah,
we can just go all day.
It's fun to link this stuff up, though. I mean, right now we're kind of a
honestly,
lull. There's obviously Cropsy's getting ready to do some kind of killing. I hope. I'm ready. It's been so long since I've seen this. I can't sit here and predict kills.
I mean, he's lurking around though. This kid's getting into shit he's not supposed to be getting into. Yeah, he's about to be toasted right here. Unless it's his friend coming to scare him. You know, we always get one of those scenes. But I think
Blu-ray looks great.
I think if you're a horror movie fan, the Star Trek is in there somewhere, because a lot of those guys are in that shit.
If it's 80s and 90s,
a lot of those guys have a lot of good credentials, Star Trek. So, and with me, I'll follow the actors around and in different stuff if I like the horror.
Oh hell yeah! Well, I mean, Jeff Combs was in so much.
Okay, it's his friend, Todd or whatever. Todd, you scared me. And this kid's name is Woodstock. And I guess his best friend's name is Snoopy.
Maybe.
They just have weird names like Glazer and Fish. I mean, they just went all out with the names artistically in this film.
It sounds like fucking extras that were fighter pilots for Top Gun.
Glazer. Fish has got my back, Glazer. Go on home. Go on home, Glazer. You're flying too high.
And there's the guy, again, that will be referred to as 1986.
Miami Vice. His name is Cat in the episode, apparently.
I'm going to go ahead and touch on the episode because we brought it up a couple times. Dating a chick. Ricardo Tubbs, which... I like Crockett, I like Don Johnson, but I was always into Tubbs. I thought he was a badass because he carried that fucking shotgun. But this episode that he was actually in of Miami Vice is actually, it's interesting because he's batshit crazy in it and they think he's the killer, but it's actually his chick.
Huh.
So
it's like a Basic Instinct going on.
Yeah, way before it.
Before.
Yeah.
Coolest thing is I actually got a picture with that car, the Miami Vice car. You did?
I have that. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And it has the plate on it still. It's really cool. Because we are podcasting from Knoxville, Tennessee, and there's a lot of stuff here that people don't know about. In Morristown, not too far from us, about 45 minutes to an hour. That's where they shot the first Evil Dead. If you go way out into the woods, there's a lot of people that know where that spot is, but it's very ingrown and way in the forest.
That chick's not Holly Hunter.
One of them is Holly Hunter.
I believe you, but that's not Holly
Hunter. That's not her.
You're
right
going to have to look her up. That's going to drive me insane.
But the only thing that's left of the cabin from Evil Dead in that spot is like the foundation, and maybe like part of the chimney or the fireplace is left there.
I've been there.
But
I smoked a joint in 1988 where they shot that.
It's fantastic.
I was scared to death.
Oh, I bet.
It was still
And
cool.
there was probably still the whole cabin.
Well, it was also fall, it was cold, and we were trespassing, which was also scary.
It's scary in and of itself. Now here's the infamous campfire scene that a lot of these summer camp movies do, where they, spin yarns about the legend of the slasher trying to scare everybody and all the kids and shit. The usual. Because this came out actually a year after Friday the 13th did, so everyone was in this craze of, these slasher films and summer camp horror bloodfest movies, so. And that's Holly Hunter.
Yeah, and I saw her a second ago, but that's not that chick I'm looking for. There's another actress in this. Now, this is going to probably blow my mind because I can't remember where I've seen her before. But I've seen her in at least a couple of things in the 80s. And not this.
We'll figure it out. There she is. She is somebody's mom in a film I can't think of. Bloodsport.
Fuck yeah! It's Bloodsport. It's Bloodsport. And hold on, it's Bloodsport. Bloodsport, kids. If you don't know what that is the movie that the guys, Mr. Tobias and Mr. Boone, that do Mortal Kombat, that created Mortal Kombat, they stole basically everything that they did for the original Mortal Kombat from that film.
Makes sense.
Great film. Great games. Love the old Mortal Kombat games. Can't get into the new ones. Corey would be the expert on that. I love the old ones. So the old ones up to part 3. Fuck yeah. Anytime I used to fucking go to the arcade, we'd get stoned and drunk and go in and we'd just fucking rolls of fucking quarters and just sit there and just fucking play Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. Right, yeah.
Okay.
Bloodsport chick. Cool.
Oh, she also, I need to look this up, but she looks like, if anyone's ever seen Girl Interrupted, it's actually a great drama film. This main chick from The Burning, I think, is Mrs. Gilchrist, which is...
Never seen that movie.
It's a funny part of the film. It's based on a book. It's like a true story by this chick who gets admitted to a mental institution. In the film, it's Winona Ryder, Angelina Jolie. It's really funny,
Guy from Hiding Out just ran out and pretended to be Cropsy.
And that's foreshadowing, which means he's going to die because he's an asshole. Yeah, I'm going to look it up because we'll just look up.
I mean, we've already went with my pointless trivia.
Right.
But hey, Bloodsport, Miami Vice television show, love it.
That's why,
Actually, I've never. This goes along with every bit of horror that I love. One thing that got me into buying soundtracks with a score was Jan Hammer's music that he did for Miami Vice. And people out there are probably thinking, you mean the pop songs that are on there from the 80s? No, the score.
The actual score.
Right. I'm a huge fan of. I own a little box set that actually has a bunch of this stuff.
Goodness,
It's what got me buying soundtracks. It's like, you'd be into. And actually, this is kind of a plug to you. One of my favorite things is that when I was 6 to listen to was the Empire Strikes Back soundtrack that I had on vinyl.
Which we got a like from Corey Feldman. Which, if you didn't listen to the first episode, we totally he sang "Cry Little Sister" on stage with his band, and we had a good time with it. But I had tweeted that we were probably going to watch part 4 of Friday the 13th, which I don't know if we'll get to tonight, but that he was cool for being for being little Tommy Jarvis, and we just got a like from Corey Feldman.
I'm
so that's pretty
mortified
cool.
right now.
Yeah, that's
because if he listens to that podcast, that like will go to hate.
yeah. Well, I don't know. He might just be like, God bless you guys for being funny. And then maybe,
Look, if you're digging this, Corey, if you do listen to it, I will promise you I can get Corey to dress up as Michael Jackson. 80s Michael Jackson.
I'll do it. Why not? So I tweeted, probably going to watch final chapter on our first Friday episode tomorrow. Thanks for that. Hope you listen in. So Corey Feldman, if you ever do check us out, first or second episode or third or fourth, either one.
I'd like to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't sing, but you can act. And, I've had a really good time watching your films. I could relate a lot to you in the Goonies. I feel like that was me when I was a kid.
I'm going to throw this one out here. Corey, if you...
And my name is Corey, too, so,
Well, and Mr. Feldman, if you get a chance to listen to this, I will just tell you that the first thing I ever saw you in, and it's very briefly, it's a movie with Malcolm McDowell and David Warner, and you're a small child. It's a movie called Time After Time. And I just wanted to plug that there for you, because that's how long I've been watching your shit. And it's really cool, because Corey, not Mr. Feldman, but Mr. Gorechrist here actually got to meet Malcolm McDowell. And one of the things I would have loved to have had you ask him about is Time After Time, because that movie fucking rules. Again, kind of has some. It's kind of a horror sci-fi thing, because what it is he's H.G. Wells,
right.
The Time Machine, and he's chasing Jack the Ripper, which is played by David Warner. It's fucking excellent.
So he's the author, H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell is?
Yes.
And who does Corey Feldman play in the film?
He's just a small little boy that's like, hey, what are y'all doing? He's like inside a museum,
he's like
just a bit role.
Kid, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, the first film I saw him in was Part 4, Friday, when he's
great movie.
He's watching Jason, and he's, in the raincoat, and he's taking off his glasses because it's raining so hard. And he's just like, and he's like an anime. He's like a Dragon Ball Z'd out. He's just like,
Oh, the raincoat, that's the beginning of 5.
Mm-hmm. No, but it's part of 4, isn't it?
That's the beginning of 5.
It's the beginning of 5, but I thought it was in 4.
Nope.
At some point. Are you sure?
Positive. You can do the taster's choice on that.
I thought that part was in 4.
It's the beginning of 5.
Okay.
Because they actually shot that away from the rest of the crew, and it was a bunch of guys holding hoses on him for the rain.
Huh.
Because I watched... There's if you guys are, ever so inclined, and even if you're not, we're probably going to do it anyway. I would actually, and I'm just proposing this right now to my gory friend here. I think we should watch the Camp Crystal Lake documentary I have.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
Now we would have to majorly break that fucking thing up, because that damn Blu-ray I think is at least 5 hours long. I think.
Yeah.
It's every fucking film.
Right.
They go through every film, and it's very involved.
Huh.
If you wanted to do it, it would be kind of weird.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or we can watch it and then talk about it.
That would be cool. I should just probably just let you watch it.
Put on a Friday film after,
It was out of print. If you guys have interest in getting that, it's the Crystal Lake documentary. I'm calling it the wrong fucking thing. Anyway, it was out, and
they have that
it went out of print.
They have that Crystal Lake Memories book, which
this is that, except it's the Blu-ray.
The book is pretty fucking stacked, because if it's as long as it is the book is fucking huge.
Yeah, it is,
and it's it's very nice.
It's very detailed, and What's great about it is if you're not inclined to watch the whole documentary.
And we got what's called arterial splatter coming from the fucking throat.
We do have a throat splatter going on, which I missed because I was rambling about that. But
there's the evidence, bloody scissors.
Either way,
it was your friend from that Hiding Out movie that just got canned.
Nice.
And his chick. Yeah, it was part 4 that I saw, but I always thought that the beginning of part 5 was in 4.
I swear to you.
But no, I believe you. That's probably right. That's how long it's been since.
Well, yeah. Well, it's like this. I can't sit here and realistically be like, hey, this is what's going on, because I don't fucking know. The Blob, not a problem. This, and we're going to have something like
I do remember
this,
in 4, he shaves his head to look like Jason.
Yeah, man.
and he's just like, die!
Right.
You know,
And if he was a like a little makeup artist kid. He was making shit. And
he was like a little Savini. Savini was like, that's me.
And I guess that's why, because he needed the makeup for it.
So, yeah, he was making little creature masks.
Another fun little side note about, we're not watching Friday 4 right now, but just a side note about that film. There's a prosthetic prop in that film that Corey Feldman's using that later ended up in an actual episode
Was that the
of Romero's
Tales from the
Tales
Dark
from the Dark
Side?
Side, yeah.
That's actually what Savini revealed at that convention after he was a total cock to me. He said that was his favorite thing he's ever done, was one of his animatronics from Tales from the Dark Side. It was like some winged creature thing.
We should actually watch some of those sometime. I have the whole series.
It is good. I like that shit.
They used to show it on this show, on this channel I have called Chiller, but they stopped showing it.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun, and I think Creepshow will be really good.
We should do both creep shows. I have both of them.
They're both great. I mean, that's classic, you know.
I want to do another plug here for Sean Clark that does Horror's Hallowed Grounds. He did an episode. I haven't seen it, but he did an episode months ago. I never found it. Not really sure how to find it, but he did an episode where they went and did Horror's Hallowed Grounds on Creepshow. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I've never found it. It's probably on the internet somewhere, or his site. I couldn't tell you that because I can't get him to check this out yet. But I'm working on it. So, but yeah, I want to plug that. I always loved watching him do that stuff. I just think it's fascinating to go illegally and just kind of be like, hey, here I am, and I'm doing.
I think I plugged this last week, but on that new Return of the Living Dead that Shout Factory is putting out, the collector's Blu-ray release.
Cover art's beautiful.
Yeah, he's doing a Hollow's Horror Grounds on that.
That's
They're going
awesome.
Back to, I guess, that medical supply center.
That's correct. I got to see that.
And he's got the cast with him apparently, and they're all.
I mean, to me, to me, that's a selling point on their Blu-rays when they have that on there. Like, I would have killed if he had one for the burning now.
Yeah, if you go back to the.
But this is one of their earlier releases. This is not a current release. I'm not even sure if this is still in print, but it definitely doesn't come with the slipcover. Which,
right.
When I travel, the slipcover does not come with me. But yeah.
It's a very coveted piece of the collection, just to have that slipcase.
For some reason, those Scream Factory slipcovers,
they disappear.
They do that, and people, if you guys don't know, they end up buying something used. Well, they keep them and they sell them on fucking eBay. People sell those just as slipcover.
Yeah. Which it's I appreciate that as much as I don't. It's,
right.
People that need them because I get it from somebody else that
right.
Maybe they're double. They're swindling my ass. Maybe they're like they have a second account where it's like, oh, sorry, man, it didn't come with the slipcase, and then
but he's selling the slipcase.
His Bobby Dean account on eBay has got the slipcase, and he's like, I'm also from Kentucky, but So
I actually got you and another friend of ours some of the slipcases that you
got me the Halloween 3.
Yeah.
I bought it used. We have a local used CD DVD bookstore called McKay, which was started in Nashville, correct?
Yes.
Started in Nashville, then we got...
No. It started here. It started here.
It did start here?
It did start here.
Then they expanded to Nashville and Chattanooga?
Correct.
Okay. I thought it was the other way around. So, basically, it's your typical run-of-the-mill used book CD store. But, it's something part of our East Tennessee life that we really enjoy.
Especially the Chattanooga store.
Especially the Chattanooga one. It's always filled with goodies. The people that work there are don't like to hold the stuff for themselves as much as others. So you see a lot more...
The horror section
good stuff on the floor.
The horror section there's off the chain.
I guess Chattanooga just has...
a lot of horror fans.
Yeah, a lot of horror fans.
Or a lot of people that think they're into horror and then they sell it and then we buy it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Put it in our crypts with us.
Right. And the catacombs. You find a lot of good stuff there. I found my Halloween 3 there.
I found a lot
Factory.
to go into this, I found a lot of death metal there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got... first time I ever went to the Chattanooga McKay, I got Pierced From Within by Suffocation.
Fuck yeah.
One of my favorite death metal records of all time. My fucking Long Island brethren. I love those guys.
And that you were telling me, I guess, recently they're going to be doing Summer Slaughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we mentioned on last week's episode them and Cannibal. Also, a few of them. Upstate New York brethren. And then we got our the Brazilian badasses that are in Christian. And if we can shift over to death metal, which I think is appropriate.
Please.
Now that we've already kind of
maybe we'll get a kill during this.
Dipped
Kind of
our
slow.
wishes.
We're not getting any kills right now.
Well, this guy's about to.
It's the Miami Vice dude. He's gonna die.
He's about to kill her butt, next to the lake. He's like, "Come on,
we're gonna fuck."
He's like, "Come on, it's fine. No one's gonna see." Yeah, she's like on a rock, and he's like,
"But Cropsy sees you."
Yeah, he's like, "Cropsy's ready." Speaking of Crisian, oh no, it's the friend that's watching. He's like, "It was supposed to be."
Of course it is. It's the guy. It's the nerd guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He's like, "It was supposed to be."
He's like, "I've never seen a vagina."
And he's like, "I guess I'll watch. Maybe she has boobs."
Look, he's not dead. The dude from the guy from I thought he died.
So I guess there was the chick. He just like
okay, he didn't die because
I didn't see
there's the guy from Hiding Out. He's still alive.
She got cut. The chick he was
she got
fucking around with. Yeah, he just like slam dunked and then got out of the lake and left her there. I guess she just got cut, if you will. So going back to death metal, when I have my own downtime, I like to listen to heavy, ripping, blasting death metal when I get a chance.
What have you been listening to this week?
Today, first thing I popped in was Ageless Venomous by Crisian.
Great album.
From fucking 2001. It's awesome.
I saw them with Deicide on that tour.
That's when Deicide was good.
Yeah. Hoffman Brothers.
Still Scars the Crucifix stuff. So,
yes.
Yeah, great album. It's got Dawn of Flagellation on that record. It's my favorite Crisian song, probably hands down. Favorite album would probably be Black Forest Domain, but close second would be Ageless Venomous. Very, very fucking nasty.
It's the album with the snake on the front.
Yeah, it's got like the fire. It's
fucking awesome.
Silver. It's really
it's great.
That album's just dirty shit. And the other one I was listening to was Impressions of Blood by Vader, which was also one of my favorite death metal
with Vader,
bands.
really.
No. And fuck Eagles of Death Metal, and I wish they had died in Paris. Not afraid to say that, but
yeah, people don't know this that Eagles of Death Metal band has been quoted as saying basically they formed that band like using the hipster thing, and it was poking fun at Poland's Vader, who were huge fans.
They called them the Eagles of Death Metal because they had so many records.
Which is fucking stupid because actually that doesn't even make any sense because even the Eagles don't really have that many records.
No, they don't.
I mean, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not a fan of Eagles of Death Metal. But yeah, don't make fun of Vader, man. Vader, they're just a great band, and nobody should take shots at them, especially if you're into fucking extreme music, real extreme death metal, and they're pioneers. It's fucking ridiculous.
Where's the thing? Josh Homme or whatever his name is, the dude that's also in Queens of the Stone Age or whatever. I like some Queens of the Stone Age stuff.
I liked him when he was in Caius.
I like Caius stuff too, but can I do without Caius and Queens of the Stone Age? Absolutely.
Yes, we can.
Can I do without Vader? No, the fuck I can't. Like, honestly, it's not even for sake of argument. It's like I really can't. If I didn't have Vader in my life and my plethora of music that I have, I would be very bummed out and it just wouldn't feel the same. But would I be bummed if I couldn't listen to, Queens of the Stone Age? Yeah, and Cropsy's reading my mind. He's just in a fucking canoe just going to town. He's got
fucking
2 deaths.
Flesh rip.
He's just breaking the boat. Too. There's a finger gone. That's fucking Woodstock right there. He's toast. There's your boy.
Hiding out through the throat.
Best kill of the film so far is your hiding out guy.
I don't know. That was pretty fucking brutal.
He just did a skull crack.
Went through the fucking front of her fucking forehead
with a pair of scissors. That's just. Oh.
And then it fades to red.
I mean, he just got. That was some boat toast right there.
That was, and again, I want to point out something else about this real quick. The day kills in this are fucking scary to me. It's scarier to me the night kills are scary, but it's like this motherfucker's just walking around during the day hacking people up,
and no one notices.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like
he's
this
in the
camp's
middle
so
of the water
fucking big because they're pretending it's hot outside. And it's probably cold.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't look really like it should be cold, but it just looks cold.
You never know with these films. It's like you watch like the special features and like, well, it was actually November in Canada and in Toronto, and we were just freezing, but we were in the water. It's like, that's great.
The girl that was with Van Damme in Bloodsport is probably about to get a Bloodsport here from Cropsey.
Or
she's going to get fucked and then get the
she's going to get the cum sport first.
Cum sport and then the blood sport.
The chud sport.
You don't fucking Cropsey's woods.
The chub sport. There we go.
This should also be noted. This is a huge Friday the 13th ripoff.
And it came out a year later, and it's summer camp shit.
It's great. I love it.
To me, I
can't get it.
It has a better backstory. It's of course, hey man, here we go. He's like, instead of a kid drowning and the counselor's not paying attention, how about the kids just go in and burn him to death instead? It's still like an element. It's water and then fire.
But then Friday the 13th camp, they're doing the potato sack Jason.
Right. And the, like I said, Hatchet was a complete ripoff of this film.
Really?
Because it was like a deformed kid and he was in his little cabin.
It is. I never thought of that. It totally is.
In there and, burned him in his cabin.
Except it's in New Orleans during Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit. Wasn't it, or am I wrong about that?
It is a Mardi Gras after the fact, but whenever they did that, it didn't, it wasn't Mardi Gras when Hatchet was killed, or whatever his name is.
Somebody's getting some big dick.
That's Miami Vice right there.
Miami Vice is plugging that hole.
And she just made the face like, did you just? Yes, you did. You just spunked in me.
You spermed my vagina.
Yeah, Miami Vice can't hold his load, folks.
He can't.
He's like, damn it.
He couldn't in that episode either. He's like, you're fucking tubs. Anyway, but you left me for a cool fucking bad motherfucker from New York, because he was from New York in the show.
Nice.
It's great.
And of course, she has a weird, basic name like Sally. It's like, I don't want to fuck somebody.
Some of the other castings, I've probably seen them in other shit. I'm just drawing a fucking blank with it. But it's funny. It's so random. I never, paid enough attention to this to realize that some of these actors were in these other films.
Oh, yeah.
Other than Jason Alexander, he was really the only one. And obviously the Fast Times kid. Because he did 2 movies. He did The Burning and that. That's it. That's all I remember. 81, 82, done.
It's pretty interesting where,
Cropsey's jerking
people get their stardom. Yeah, you see all the fucking trees moving. He's
got the first person.
He's getting his hedge clippers out. And that's, it's something that the Jason movies really launched, was the first person view of the killer looking out, looking in. Which is kind of a creepy element, but
definitely.
Because you don't know who's watching, but when you do, actually, what really first started the first person was Halloween. Like through the mask, and you can hear the breathing.
Totally.
But when Friday came out, it kind of ruined it because he doesn't really have a personality or like a human aspect to Jason. He's just kind of there, and he's more through the score and the music is how Jason works. But you don't hear him breathing in a lot of it. You do in some of the films. I believe in part 2, Potato Sack Jason, you can hear him breathing sometimes. But all of Michael Myers' first-person scenes, you can hear him breathing through the mask, and it's really fucking creepy. And not to mention, he's not a kid that drowned or a caretaker that burned to death. It's like, this guy just escaped a goddamn mental institution. He's like, he's coming out. It makes it a lot creepier.
Right.
This is a guy that people knew.
Death.
He's like a child killer.
You can't prevent the scissors into your body. We got a great kill about to come here. I'm not really sure what's going on.
It's very death metal.
I'm just glad we're starting to get some kills. We had kind of a lag there, and I'm kind of picky about that. There's a lot of lag in the kills.
I like shit to pile up. That's why the Friday films, I think, got better, because it was just all about body count after a while. So,
And
you
that's
would
also
you would, every time you saw a character and like a story was developing with them, they would just die anyway. So it's like, hey, there's this guy. His name is Philip, and now he's dead. Cool. Here's a jock douchebag. He's dead too. He didn't even know his name. And
Fast Times, Ridgemont High. I'm gonna get hacked up.
And
Actually, I don't know if he
in
does.
Jason, they'll just be like a hitchhiker eating a banana because that happened, and she just dies with a banana in her hand. It's like they go as far in those Friday movies of just like killing just people on the street like drifters. He's like, hey, you're near my woods, whore, and just kills them.
Exactly.
When movies are all about body count, I'm into it. And there's honestly not a whole lot that really pile them on. I mean,
I don't know. Blood Rage does.
that is a gem.
We promise you,
gem.
we will do Blood Rage from Arrow Home Video. It's
movie is a
fucking
gem.
sick.
It's just killing.
It's fucking sick.
Basically, this guy.
You may get it sooner than later.
Yeah, we could do it tonight. Basically, this guy, as a kid, kills these two
people that are
like
fucking.
this couple that are in this makeout point, area or whatever, and this kid just like kills them, and then he has a twin brother, and the twin brother gets blamed for it because he's basically like
Same actor.
Yeah, he's basically like mute and he can't like speak for himself, and he's just like really freaked out by what his brother just did to him, and
wow, that's a cool effect.
That's nasty.
Did you see he's walking with him? That's great.
So this dude's getting fucking scissors
to the throat, into the tree.
It's almost in his like diaphragm.
Yeah, it is. It's lower.
So in Blood Rage, the wrong twin gets blamed. He goes to a mental hospital. This other guy is roaming around free that committed the murder, and it's set around Thanksgiving, but it's like
it's in Florida.
It's in Florida, so it looks like it's summertime, and he's in this which it's weird. The concept hasn't really been repeated before.
No,
but he's in this ritzy apartment complex.
Condominiums.
Yeah, like condominiums. And it's like a golf course, like condominium or something.
Florida.
And he's just walking around hacking everybody up. And it's like at night, but everybody's kind of like hanging out, and no one notices all these people dropping dead. And it's just it's a literal gore fest. I didn't really know until I watched it. I was like, Blood Rage is probably not. And then, Vincent,
it was a real treat.
And Vincent over here was like, man, you have got to watch this film.
It's fucking sick.
He brought it over to the house, and I mean, that was just a fucking great time. That movie's awesome. He's like, this isn't crazy.
You're in for a treat when we do that one, kids. It's going to be... It is. It's a fucking...
Very underrated.
If you've never seen it, it's... If you're into any type of slasher, I mean, it's to me...
And you're into body count.
Oh.
And gore.
It's great. It has everything.
This guy just
Guy's carrying a fucking machete, smoking a joint.
Yeah, he walks over to this guy casually that's in this fucking armchair on his porch, of his condominium. And he's just like, hey, can I hit that? He smokes a joint, fucking kills him with one hand, smoking a joint in the other hand. And then he just when the dead body's just sitting there, he just keeps chiefing on the joint and just walks off. Takes the joint with him. Just like, damn. Well, here goes your Fast Times guy. Oh, damn.
Fast Time guy's
Fast Time guy's still going, man. He's trying to find Spicoli. Needs that dope.
He needs that fucking Trans Am to get away.
He's like, I'm getting my fucking dope today. What did you think of the new Friday, the last Friday 13th film they came out with?
The one from 2009?
Yeah,
I liked
Derek Mears.
I liked it.
Which we did a shout out to Derek Mears on Twitter last night, but on the actual podcast, happy birthday, Derek Mears.
Happy birthday.
So it was his birthday yesterday. What did you think of it?
I liked it.
Did you?
I've taken a lot of shit for liking it. I liked it a lot. I saw it several times at the theater. I guess I was so hungry to see
Funny thing
Jason
about
on the
me,
screen
I had just
again.
turned 18, still didn't have a photo ID. Went and got a photo ID, went through all the trouble just so I could see that opening night.
Did you like it?
Loved it.
I think it gets a bad rap. I think it's good.
Friday the 13th is probably, that's the first franchise I started running away with when I watch horror movies. It's just my favorite.
It's great. It's a fucking slasher.
For you, it's Halloween is your baby, and that's what
Texas
you ran away
is
with.
probably.
And Texas,
yeah.
And then me was Friday the 13th and Phantasm. So
for the slasher, it's Halloween.
Right.
Texas just scared the hell out of me as a kid, like The Exorcist.
So we got
Blood Rage is actually looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Bloodsport. Got confused there, kids.
Oh, is this the raft with the bodies on it?
Yes, but I just think she actually looks pretty good in this.
He just
she's a little too skinny, but still.
He just throws them on the
she
dead bodies.
Anorexic. Take that back.
She throws
bag.
These fucking corpses on this fucking raft for all these people to go.
It's the
blood raft.
Yep. The raft of doom.
It's just fucking corpses all over it, and they're about to find out. It's just going to be body parts everywhere.
No, but I like that movie. I think it's good.
So the
best part to me is that the redneck, he's just like, you son of a bitch, I've been here jacking off getting high.
Yeah, he really did, yeah.
That little redneck
said,
I thought this was fucking funny. I mean, I know he didn't say that, but you watched it.
But I wasn't disappointed. I'm a huge Friday 13th
There's some pretty decent looking chicks. You got the dude from Supernatural in it, which I don't watch.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about.
But I thought he did a good job.
The main character.
He's looking for his sister, which is still alive, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was good.
Well, I like at first, they have him in the potato sack, and then he finds the mask.
The girl that's lubing up her titties is hot, too.
Yeah.
She looked like a fucking porn star.
Well, the Friday the 13th films, they always put some good-looking ones in there. She got an arm, to try to shake
Bloodsport got a blood splatter from some bodies off the raft. Why you would be out there looking at that's beyond me.
Ugh. And then
it fades to red.
Doing the George Lucas. I was a huge Friday fan, so when I saw the movie, I wasn't disappointed. I really enjoyed it.
Did you waste your money like I did and see it in RPX?
No. I didn't even know RPX was out in 09.
It's stupid. It isn't anything. All they do is basically take the film and stretch it. It'd be like me taking
what else they do?
Print of a film and sticking it on the back of a goddamn.
They take a
semi.
Comcast remote and they turn it up like 2 more. That's what it is. It's even louder, and they just go like.
I'm not joking. The RPX thing to me, when you go to a theater to see anything, doesn't matter what it is. Obviously, when we go, we're seeing horror films, but to see something like that on that screen, I'm like, this is a fucking ripoff,
Yeah.
But I paid it because it's Friday the 13th, and I wanted to go to a late showing.
And
they're like, hey, we can rake you over the coals.
I had to see something in RPX, and I don't know what it was, but you pay way too much for it. I'm just like, I don't know what the difference is.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. All they're doing is stretching it across a gigantic screen, a film. They're taking the aspect ratio and basically.
It's like half-ass
blowing
IMAX.
It up.
It's like IMAX without the IMAX.
It's ghetto IMAX.
It's Smoky Mountain IMAX. Brought to you by.
Well, it's everywhere, so it's it's.
You know what the worst thing is? The high frame rate. Have you ever had to watch a movie in high frame rate at a theater?
Yes.
I went and saw the first Hobbit film, and the only thing available when I went to see it was high frame rate. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I asked the people.
You watched it on fast forward.
I asked the people at the theater, and they were like, "Oh, it's just and they didn't know.
We get you. Look, it's a 3-hour film. We get you out in an hour and 10 minutes.
I was like, okay, thanks.
And you're done. Goodbye.
It's
Thanks for your fucking $20.
It's like, and then it's like, it's over. You get the.
Did I get it right? I kind of tried to get the Lord of the. I don't know. I fucked it up.
But
my Hobbit, whatever.
What it ended up being was, if you ever have schmucks that that don't know how to set up their television when they first buy it, like their brand new 65-inch TV, so they can watch Pipe Main Super Bowl.
They got to put it in full frame, buddy.
They full frame it, and then they don't change the frame rate. They have it at like 100,000 hertz per second, so it's not like 64 gigahertz or whatever the fuck it is. It's like, it looks like a sitcom, and it looks like it's being shot right in front of you.
I thought this guy was dead.
Which it's not. No, he just got knocked out for a second because he's tall. He's got to live. Basically, it looks like a sitcom or a Days of Our Lives is being shot right in front of you in your house, which it's not a good thing at all. This
is the high frame rate.
Yeah, it's like really fast. But you know what like Days of Our Lives looks like? It's just like really fast angles and like it's hard to describe, but it just looks like they're fast forward, basically what you said.
Maybe I haven't seen that. I thought it maybe
high frame rate does look like it's fast forwarding.
Okay, then it is so much.
But it makes a really good movie look like Days of Our Lives filming.
There's a raft with dead bodies on it, and I'm covered in brown goo. Looks like she went swimming instead of in blood. She found the porta potty.
She went swimming in a toilet.
Did you swim in the toilet? And Cropsy's going to kill you.
And this guy's just like, oh, come on, that's not happening.
This fucking guy looks familiar to me, too.
God damn, that lake does look cold. I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying. It is, man. I'm telling you. Ever since I was a kid, it's up north. It's supposed to be hot and warm, but it looks cold to me.
Well, you can tell because all the leaves are moving and shit. It's like windy. And there's waves and stuff.
I mean, it does look like it's in a warmer month, but for some reason it still looks cold to me.
It probably is.
He's like, I'm sweating ice cubes.
He's sweating through his crack, too. There was a funny little bit, like a few minutes ago, there was a chick, and they showed the back of her, and it was just on her crack she was sweating. She had like a little
She's got Cropsy sweat on her butt.
We got Fast Times is waiting around. So
that guy is not someone I know who it is. I thought it was, but it's not. That one actually is wrong. He does, however, have Lou Ferrigno eyebrows.
He looks like the guy from Eaten Alive, like the dad that's like... That's what he looks like.
Yeah, man, that movie's a fucking trip. We'll have to do that one time.
That's a crazy movie.
It is. It's fucking nuts. It'd be fun, though.
Basically, it's about like crocodile hunting.
It'd be fun on mute.
Yeah. It's got Robert Englund in it, but not what you would want out of Robert Englund, you know.
It's still pretty awesome.
If you want to do
what it is.
If you want to do obscure Robert Englund that's not Nightmare on Elm Street, then you do like Galaxy of Terror, you know, or something weird. Which is Roger Corman goodness.
Love Roger Corman.
I would love to do Galaxy of Terror. That's a really good movie.
I've got that on Blu-ray if you want to.
Yeah. And it's Sid Haig goodness.
It is.
First time I met Sid Haig, I immediately asked him about it because I was like, you know, I actually really love Galaxy of Terror, and you know, I thought it was funny how you only had like one line in that movie, and I was like, did you do that on purpose? And he was like, well, the script was so horrible, I almost didn't agree to do the movie, and we compromised, and I said I will say one line out of the script, and that's all I'm doing because it's so bad. I guess not the actual script, but you know, like what his character had written down for him. It was very cheesy, and he just didn't want to do it. So he said his one line near the end, you know, before he dies, which I don't remember what it was, but he had a very, you know, vivid details about him filming that movie, which is pretty cool.
Finally, is he actually going to die?
Yeah, Fast Times is held captive by Cropsy. He's about to be toast. We got Todd running through with an axe. He's going to kill Cropsy with an axe. Basically, Cropsy's baiting this Todd character.
Oh, shit.
He's just got a gag on him, and he's put through the wall already with some nice tools. Now, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, I've listened to a couple of things. I think my favorite thing that I've listened to so far, and again, this is nothing new. I've been going through the classics, but and this isn't death metal. I've been listening to Death Angel's Ultraviolence.
Great album.
I've been just wearing that out. I don't know why. I found an original pressing of it the other day, along with the Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 soundtrack, which also has
like the score or the.
Oh no, it's bands.
Wow,
that's what that. Yeah, that's why I sent you the pictures of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's really cool. And
I've met the guy that played Leatherface from that film.
That's awesome.
It's R.A. Mauenhof.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy's awesome. He's really funny. And the
love the speak and spell in that movie.
Yeah.
Food. Food. That is incorrect.
And I met the director as well as my first
horror convention. Food. That is incorrect.
And those two had a pretty funny chemistry in their Q&A about filming that movie and how difficult that movie was to film for them. They were like a married couple. Those two, the director and Leatherface. It was fucking.
That's
funny.
awesome.
They were really comical. It was the first Q&A I ever went to, and it was a very weird. I went to Texas 3 Q&A. It was very interesting, and not something I ever thought I would see, but it was very awesome. And those guys were super cool.
It is awesome.
Met John Duggan same day also, the original grandpa of the films, and Gunnar Hansen. It was pretty cool. Good experience overall.
The only other thing I was listening to this week, throw a plug out old school here, is the band Master.
Oh, yeah.
And on the seventh day, God created Master.
Awesome.
Which is that, and here's you a fun. If you guys are really into old school death metal, Scott Burns produced it.
Yeah,
it's just fucking awesome.
They are also on that Full Terror Assault with Gorgasm.
That's awesome.
Which is in Cave in Rock, Illinois.
Which
is cool because Master, I saw them at Maryland Death Fest last year, and they were fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're great.
They were really good, and I hadn't actually checked out too much of their stuff. I heard,
that first album.
Awesome band. Just wasn't crazy about them, but I really enjoyed it. And when I saw them, they were fucking.
I'm not really a huge
changed
fan
my
of the
perspective
newer stuff,
about them.
But the seventh day. Side note: if there's any prog fans out there, the Cynic guitarist Paul plays guitar on that record.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Paul Misvidio, whatever.
Massival or
whatever. How you say? Played with Death. Played on Death's Human. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he did that record as well.
Yeah, and that they changed my perspective on them completely when I saw them live. And they mostly played all that older shit.
Nice.
They didn't really do anything.
That record's fucking sick. I love it.
That's what I like whenever I do go to Maryland. Usually those bands pull out shit out of their ass. They don't play anywhere. It's pretty cool. I saw Cancer there. Cancer was fucking awesome.
Right.
All they played was Death Shall Rise and Sins of Mankind stuff. And they played for a good while. They were it was the first time they reunited. Haven't played in the States, I don't think, either ever or in maybe 19 years. And that was really when they first got together. So that was once in a lifetime thing, and I was very honored to see that because Cancer is really fucking awesome. First few records, great. They kind of, I don't know what happened. They just turned into a very weird Fear Factory band. I don't know what.
Ugh.
It just, if you listen to their music after Sins of Mankind, you're just like, what happened with this band? They're not.
I was never into those guys, and I like.
It was speaking of Scott Burns because he did Rise, which was great. It's an essential.
James Murphy was on, I guess, one of their records.
Yeah,
but I just never was. That record he was on, I remember listening to, and that was about it.
Right.
The record you played me, one of the older records I enjoyed. Not really sure which one it was, but we listened to when we were in Atlanta, which I want to talk about this for a second. It's cool. We had went back in February, and we went down. This was so much fun. We went down and we saw At the Gates and Decapitated, and Decapitated was fucking fantastic.
Oh, they always are.
And then the second night, we got to see Cryptopsy, which was fucking awesome, Obituary, which was cool, and Cannibal Corpse, which was a really cool set. Yeah, they were nasty. It was great.
They played a lot of stuff off of Kill, which, a lot of people didn't accept, but that album's fucking shit wagon. It's really good.
Fun story though. I had so much fun with you.
They played like 4 songs off of Kill that night, and
it was great, man.
Stuff.
We had a great time.
They haven't touched back to that stuff in a while. Of course, they're gonna play at least one song off every record, but they buried the Kill stuff that night. It was pretty awesome.
Well, the night before, my favorite, Decapitated. We went outside because it gets really fucking kind of smoky and shitty in there, and we went outside and we came back in we weren't even gone, probably not even 2 minutes, not even enough to miss a song. We walked right in, and it's Fears of Madness.
Yeah,
and it was fucking nasty, and they were great. Decapitated was fantastic. At the Gates was cool for what it was. But But it was cool that night. When we went back,
were like Thomas Lindbergh. That's going to be Corey when he's like.
He was great. He sounded fucking. They were for what they were. It was fantastic. The show was a little overpriced. Whatever, it was fun.
Right.
And then we went to back and we started drinking and stuff. And I think that's when you played the Cancer record.
Right.
Yeah.
We played Death Shall Rise,
which was fucking awesome. And I mean, that older stuff's cool.
It's just those two. It's
right.
It's the gory end, which the cover of it's got. I can't remember his fucking name. Dude from Dawn of the Dead that's got the fucking machete through his face. He has like an actual name. That character, that zombie.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he. That's on the cover of Gory End, and then it's Death Shall Rise, which was Scott Burns' record, and then Sins of Mankind. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I guess Burton C. Bell was like, "Hey man, if you want to like try to make money, we got an MTV.
You should be an industrial.
You should just do this shit and put it."
Have you heard of 9 Inch Nails? It's the best shit ever.
You should change your logo. You should change your logo to Times New Roman on Microsoft PowerPoint Word art. And then Google a picture of an oil rig out in Arizona and put that as your fucking album cover. And it's just like, what's going on? And then the music's just fucking weird.
Oh shit, Cropsy just got the fucking meat.
Cropsy's getting Todd up his butt. Here we go.
This sucks. Actually, he got Fast Times. Fast Times killed Cropsy.
He was like, I need my pot from Coley. I want to surf the lake. Of course, Cropsy, you finally see his face. He's just like, meh. He looks like...
The makeup on him's beautiful.
Yeah. He looks like a nutsack that was chewed like bubble gum.
It's pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
And somehow, Bloodsport Girl is still alive. I'm not really sure how that happened. She's covered in human shit.
Kind of like. She just swam
in
raw
this cold
sewage.
ass... But now they're somehow landing a helicopter here, too. I don't know how they called the helicopter. Which probably explains they're in the middle of the goddamn wilderness while it's cold.
It's Macaulay. He's coming.
He's like, hey, dude.
It's somebody's dad. He's just like, oh, it's the chick.
Aloha, Mr. Hand.
It's like my dad's in the Special Forces and he paid for my summer camp trip.
Oh, and there's Cropsy.
Still
yeah.
He's still going.
See, these are...
Oh, axe to the face.
Always a beautiful scene. And then...
And they're setting
ironically, they light him on fire again, because you fight fire with fire. That's what Metallica taught us. That's what Dave Mustaine taught us, too.
Yeah, Dave taught us that.
And this guy, Todd's just like, man, he just lit him on fire again. Yeah. And the bullies live. I don't know, this kind of...
He just James Hetfielded him because he's on fire. It's too bad that, and I hate to say this, but it's too bad James didn't burn to death that night, so they wouldn't put all those shitty records.
Oh.
That was mean, but whatever. I'm old.
He's basically crucified in this flame. He's just like stuck to this fucking beam in this barn. Yeah. But this kind of defies odds because it's only 81, but...
It looks like he's on a burning cross.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He looks like he's crucified. But basically...
They never found his body, but they say his spirit lives in the fucking forest. This forest. A maniac. A thing no longer human.
And this goes back to,
to
the campfire.
He lives on whatever he can catch.
These new goons.
Eats them raw.
And of course, like any 80s film, we're going to leave it open for 7 more.
Even though there never will be. And thank God they never remade it.
Yeah. But
of course, next week, J.J. Abrams is going to remake this and do it in high def, and he's going to put actors in it that I hate, and everybody's going to be like, God, he's so creative, even though he just remakes good movies from the 80s and 70s.
But usually in horror films, they map it to where it's like the chick and the dude that the chick's with survives, or the guy that's supposed to end up with the girl. Those are the two that make it out.
Right.
And in this film, there's like 3 people that make it out, and it's like... Not the dude that's with the chick from, the Ridgemont High kid that's like watching that
Which
other
is weird
chick
that
he
he's
was
out.
into. Yeah, that guy lived, but that other chick didn't. That he was
Todd
into.
dipshit, and then fucking...
So it's like the couple made it, and then the third wheel made it.
Yep.
Which is weird. Usually the third wheel.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's okay. There's some good gore in it.
It is. It was very good. I enjoy that film.
It's good.
It's weird, but it's good.
The Blu-ray looks great. Screen Factory did a great job with this print of it. It looks fucking awesome.
Now I wonder if they will credit.
Oh, look, there's Tom. He's going to let you
Yeah,
sign.
see, Bob Weinstein was
Tom
an
will sign it
editorial
for you.
consultant. Yeah, Tom will sign it
And then
try
throw it
to
at
break
you.
the spine when you.
Whoa, okay, I've got to point this out. Just saw something. Rick Wakeman from Yes did the score to this.
Weird.
I never fucking knew that till just now.
Huh.
For you prog fans out there.
He digs Cropsey. What up?
Well, this has been interesting. Kids, I guess we're gonna leave the camp for the night. We're heading to the bar.
We're gonna bunk up.
If we can get to the bar without getting killed by someone else in the woods. I don't know.
We got to take the Jeep that almost never starts, especially in rain.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
But if Rick Wakeman does the soundtrack, I'm into it.
That's pretty damn good.
It is cool.
Well, before we set up shop back at the cabin, you have any closing words or thoughts for the listeners?
The Burning, man. I actually this is better than I remember it being. So this is actually really cool. I actually enjoyed it. There's quite a bit of gore in it.
It was. I didn't remember how gory this was.
It is. It's actually Buffalo, New York. I was right.
Boom. Home of the fucking cannibal. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Filmed in Western New York.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
Pretty
So
cool.
you know it was cold.
Right below where I was
Buffalo.
hatched. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty awesome.
In about 7 hours from where I was hatched, maybe. So the middle ground there when you get to Buffalo, from where I was and from where you were. So, well, say what the doctor ordered was a very good prescription indeed.
Fuck yeah.
So thank you for that, doctor. And I hope everybody had a great time listening to us watch a movie again. And
we got to get to the bar. We got to set ourselves on fire.
And the bar, I mean this wooden bar behind me that I'm about to be stabbed into. I didn't even notice that scene they were showing at the hospital. I totally missed that. Yeah, we were having a good time. But thank you to everyone. And if you haven't seen The Burning and you thought it sounded intriguing, then go fucking get it from Shout Factory or find it at your local used DVD record store, whatever. And thanks for enjoying this bullshit. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And until next time, I've been Corey Gore Christ.
Dr. Vincent West.
And stay fucking gory, my friends.